Ground ball up the left side. Pass, rolling. One will score. It's in the gap. It gets by the outfielders. Jordheim goes back. Two will score. Here's the throw down to third. Not in time as Welsh.
Ivy throws it back in. We'll see if the relay comes home. It does not. It's an RBI single.
Called strike three.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Thursday late afternoon here on yourliveevent.com. This is the State Class B Baseball Quarterfinals from Corbett Field in Minot, North Dakota. I'm Chase Miller, and game number 3 of today features the Thompson Tommies going up against the Bishop Ryan Lions. And this is our Irie Insurance pregame show. Coming up on our Irie Insurance pregame show, we'll hear from both head coaches, Nate Solis from the North Thompson Tommies, Doug Richter from the Bishop Ryan Lions. We'll get to the starting lineups and more. That's all coming up on our Irie Insurance pregame show. Contact your local Irie Insurance agent on upcoming hail policies to protect your crop. Visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. Earlier today, a 6-0 win for the number 2 seed in Langdon area, Edmore Munich, scoring 4 runs in the first inning, defeating Delax Burlington. Then the number 3 seed in Lemoore Litchfield Marion scored 2 runs, and that's all they needed to down the Shiloh Christian Skyhawks. So the 2 and 3 have advanced. What will we find in the 1 seed against Thompson, against the final random draw team, and the Region 6 champs in the Bishop Ryan Lions going up against the winner of this game? Will go up against the winner of our next contest that will have around 7 o'clock, the 4 seed of North Star and the 5 seed of Central Cass. Quick timeout. We come back after this. We'll hear from Doug Richter, and then Nate Solis is on deck. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show from Corbett Field in Minot, North Dakota.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. They're open Saturdays 10 to 5. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
As we continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show here today from Minot, it is Bishop Ryan going up against the Thompson Tommies in game number 3 of the State B quarterfinals. Joining us now, Doug Richter, head coach for Bishop Ryan. And Doug, congratulations first and foremost on getting to a state tournament. Now there's some work to be done with 3 games left in your schedule. You're going up against Thompson. Before we talk about the Tommies, what has allowed you to get to this point of the season from your club?
Well, first of all, thank you for that. Really, what our strengths have been is we've done a nice job offensively, getting hits, situational hitting, just putting the ball in play, putting pressure on defense, and trying to use our athleticism to help us be productive and score some runs.
And then 2 seniors for you with Carson and also Brady. What have these 2 guys meant to the Bishop Ryan Lions baseball program?
All right, these 2 have been, they're 3-year starters. Carson's been phenomenal at the plate all year. And he's really played a solid shortstop for us, which is obviously a very important position. So we kind of count on him to direct the traffic out there, let the young guys know where they need to be, what's going on, and then he leads us at the plate, and Brady's just been a solid play for us in the outfield, and he's actually made some unreal throws with his arms, getting guys out from time to time, and been pretty steady Eddie at the plate. Those 2 have been staples in this program, and really have stepped up this year with all these younger kids and just really helped us garner the success we've gotten.
And you're going up against the Thompson Tommies. What's going to make Thompson just a difficult opponent? Obviously, the defending state champs, the number 1 overall seed entering this game, but what's going to make them, how much have you been able to scout, them here in the last week and a half?
Well, yeah, it's a lot different than, football or basketball. We don't have huddle, you can't watch game film, but Just knowing who Thompson is, we expect them to be very sound defensively. We expect them to limit their mistakes, pitch well, and then just, be solid at the plate. So really, it's just going to take an all-around clean game from us, high effort, high energy. Dugout's going to need to stay on it, but it's just going to have to be 100% a team effort and playing solid all around.
Doug, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here in the state quarterfinals.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
That again, Bishop Bryan Lions head coach Doug Richter will continue on our pregame show after this.
Thank you.
Did you know that there are several different types of crop hail insurance policies? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. We at Irie Insurance want to help you select a hail policy that will best protect your crops and bottom line from a hailstorm. Give us a call today to schedule a time to meet with an Irie Insurance agent. For our contact information, go to our website at irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
As we continue on our pregame report here from Minot, joining us now is the head baseball coach for the Thompson Tommies as they square off with the Bishop Bryan Lions in the quarterfinals, and that is Nate Solis. And Nate, for you guys, obviously no stranger. You've been here a lot in program history. You're the defending champs until someone dethrones you, but it's a brand new season here. Ultimately, what have been the traits from, March through where we are now here, Memorial Day weekend, past that into the first weekend of June, that has allowed this Thompson Tommy team to get to state yet again here, Coach Solis?
We lean heavily on our pitching. We have 3 starters that we're going to trust this weekend, and they're going to be able to throw strikes and get batters out. Defensively, it's about playing a consistent game. We've shown that we can make really good defensive plays, and sometimes we might struggle to make the routine ones, which is kind of, you want to flip that a little bit, I guess. But going into it at the start of the year, our strength was, I thought, our defense. And that's shown glimpses. We need to work on a little bit more consistent, and I think the guys are going to show up. We got 3 days here this week, so and they're gamers, so they're going to come out ready to play. And you got turf, so that's a little bit easier. Natural hops, and it's going to hop the way it's supposed to, so that always helps. Pitching wise, that was kind of the big question mark. We had guys that we thought, these guys are talented. We just haven't been able to get them innings the past 2 years just because of some senior experience and just shortened seasons. But they've shown a really good job from the get-go, and they've been, out of the 3 phases, I think they've been the best. And then hitting's really starting to come along 1 through 9. I think at the start of the year, it was maybe 1 through 4, and then it was 4 through 6. And then actually we went through about a week stretch where it was actually 7 through 9. And then we figured it out at the start or at the end of the year, going into region tournament, everybody kind of started to contribute on a consistent level. And now we're 1 through 9 where the bats need to be, and we're ready to go.
And 2 guys you mentioned about seniors this year, 2 seniors on your roster with Reese Berberich and Sean O'Hearn as well. What have those 2 meant to the program and to you as a head coach here, Nate?
Yeah, I think Reese, 3-time honorable or all-region selection, but he's more than that. He's somebody that he calls a great game. We talk about game plans going into it, and he really when Braden's out there and when Drew's out there, even regardless of who it is, he really calms them down and just understands what their strengths are, what they need to work on a little bit, what they might struggle with, and how he can help them. So he's valuable that way, and with his bat, he gets on base, does a really good job in the leadoff spot for us. Sean, I don't know if I can say enough good things about Sean. He just, going into the year, he played defense last year, didn't hit for us, but he contributed in right field. And I think that was a big step for him. And I think his bats really come a long way. He struggled a little bit right away with just staying consistent. And then at the end of the year, he's went on a tear. I mean, I go back to the Central Cass game where he had a walk-off hit to win us that one. And it seems like ever since then, he's just went on a tear, and he's been extremely valuable for us in that 8 spot, picking up, big 2-out hits, Consistently, he had the walk-off against Mayville in the region tournament. So nobody more deserving than him with the time that he puts in and the things that he does for us as a leader.
For 3 days here, once you get to a tournament mode again, the number of pitches you can throw, how you want to strategize that. Obviously, weather comes involved. You go extra innings, 10-run rule, the whole gambit. You've been through it before, Nate. But at the end of the day, what's one thing that you want to see from your team for 3 days of baseball, so to speak, win, lose, or draw, coming up here in Minot?
Compete level, and I think we do. I think we do see that a lot. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't go your way, or if it does, did we compete? Did we play our best, and did we compete at the level that we need to do that at, and did we play to the level that we're capable of?
And that does it for our Irie Insurance pregame shows. We're going to have to cut Nate Solis's interview off just a little bit earlier as we're ahead of schedule here with some weather moving in from the south. They're going to want to get playing about 5 minutes ahead of schedule. That does it for our Irie Insurance pregame shows. We'll get to our American Crystal Sugar, a story lineups. American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grow owned at crystalsugar.com. First pitch swinging to this one. It's on a rope to straightaway center off the way for a Carson Merck here, and first pitch is officially underway at 4:24. One pitch and a base knock here for the senior center shortstop in Carson Merck. Brady Feller, the lone senior on the team outside of Carson here for Bishop Ryan, batting second. Bennett Warren, the sophomore third baseman, third with Drew Zwak, the sophomore catcher, batting cleanup here for the Lions. So runner at first base now. Jet Lundeen, the sophomore pitcher, batting fifth. Ramsey Walls, the sophomore first baseman, sixth. Colton Feller, the sophomore left fielder, batting seventh. Max Sheen in right. And then you'll have Tegan Coonrod here, the sophomore second baseman. So Merck, Feller, Warren, Zwak, Lundeen, Walls, Feller, Sheen, and Coonrod here for the Bishop Ryan Lions. They're under the head coach of Doug Richter. Runner at first base again is Merck. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Brady Feller. That one swung on and missed. Now it's 1-1. In the outfield here for American Crystal Sugar, starting lineups for the Thompson Tommies. Muse is in left with Gibson in center, and O'Hearn is in right. The 1-1 offering. This will be in the dirt, blocked nicely behind the plate by Wolfgram. Tice is at third with Schumacher at short. Overby at second. Odenbach plays first. And on the mound again is Reese Berberich here for the Thompson Tommies. 2 balls, 1 strike on the way to Brady Feller. And here comes the 2-1 offering as the righty Berberich looks in off speed on this, swung on and missed. Now it's 2-2 on the way here to Brady Feller. Runner at first is Merck. Bishop Ryan 19-5 on the season. Champs out of Region 6. Thompson at 19-3. Champs out of Region 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Runner's going to go, swung on and missed. There's an out throw down. Not going to be in time as sliding in safely is going to be Merck as he will scamper up 90 feet, but a runner will be at second here. Merck with the stolen base, Feller with the strikeout, and there's one down now as we'll have Bennett Warren, the sophomore third baseman, stepping up here for the Bishop Ryan Lions. Bishop Ryan in their purple tops with their white pants with lions in the front. White numerals outlined in gold for the Thompson Tommies in their gray tops and green tops and gray pants with the Thompson Tommy logo on the left-hand side with the number on the bottom right in the front here in the jerseys. So one down now is Bennett Warren, the sophomore third baseman. We'll see this one miss for a ball at 1 ball and no strikes. Earlier today, Langdon area Edmore Munich with 4 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second as they jumped on Carson Yale and Alex Burlington for a 6-0 win for the number 2 seed Cardinals. Here's the 1-0 offering on the way from Berberich. Hit on the ground. That's going to go to the shortstop. Glove there on the way by Schumacher. Pops up to his feet, comes across. And the throwback to third base as rounding third was going to be Carson Merck. He'll gain another 90 feet. It'll be 6-3 on the putout, and there's 2 down now here in the top of the first inning. Drew Zwak, the sophomore catcher, will dig in righty matchup here. And then after Langdon won, Lemoore Litchell Marion just needed 2 runs to defeat the Shiloh Christian Skyhawks 2-0 earlier today in the quarterfinals. This one in there for a strike at 0-1. Since COVID, it's been at Jack Brown Stadium in Jamestown, Newman Outdoor Field last season, and then here to Corbett Field. So Jamestown Fargo now in Minot. The 0-1 offering is going to be fouled back. Now it's 0-2. Taking a look at what last season brought the Thompson Tommies and Lemoore Litchell Marion Lobos met in the championship game. They were the respective 1 and 2 seeds. The Lobos were the 1. Thompson was the 2, and Thompson eventually won a state title at Newman Outdoor Field. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way from Berberich. Hit on the ground, a high chopper. Overby's going to have to come on. He does that second. Quickly gets it to first in time to Odenbach. 4-3 on the putout to retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors, and there was one. Bishop Ryan left on base. A half inning complete. It's the Bishop Ryan Lions scoreless. The Thompson Tommies coming to the plate here on YourLiveEvent.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com. There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
The broadcast of this tournament game has been made in special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. I'm Chase Miller with you from Corbett Field in Minot, North Dakota, where it's currently overcast skies, 86 degrees. A little mugginess out there, and the wind out in center field is not howling around too much. It's 316 down both lines. In the power alleys, it's 356 and 410 to straightaway center in the first two games. No home runs, one or two that did one hop off the wall. Let's take a look at the American Crystal Sugar starting lineup for the Thompson Tommies here as they will come to the plate for the first time against Jet Lundeen, the right-hander for the Bishop Ryan Lions. Thompson will go like this. Opposing pitcher Reese Berberich will bat leadoff here for the senior. Brandon Wolfgram, the junior catcher behind the plate, batting second. Thomas Shoemaker, the sophomore shortstop. Shoemaker again batting third. William Welke, the senior DH, batting fourth, with Brody Gibson, the junior center fielder, batting fifth. Drew Overby, the junior second baseman, is batting sixth. Jonathan Muse, the sophomore left fielder, seventh. Sean O'Hearn, the senior right fielder, batting eighth. And in the ninth spot, Brayden Tice, the sophomore third baseman, with Odenbach again at first base. So Berberich, Wolfgram, Schumacher, you have Welke, Gibson, Overby, Muse, O'Hearn, and Tice here for the Thompson Tommies. Nate Solis is the head coach for Thompson. We'll get to the Bishop Ryan Lions in the infield in a moment after this first pitch. So after a leadoff single that goes awry for Bishop Ryan, getting their leadoff man all the way to third with Carson Merck, we'll see what the Thompson Tommies are able to do. First two games, just 8 runs combined. The two teams who lost were shut out in that contest. Here's the first pitch on the way to Berberich. First pitch swinging. This one is smoked to left field, way back to the track, to the wall, and that one is gone! And it's a ground rule double, It is a ground rule double. It one hopped so quickly off the wall, and they're going to say, is it a home run? Nope, it is a ground rule double, but that was smoked on the way for Reese Berberich to get things going as it went right on a quick one hop all the way, and that was one of the harder hit balls that we've seen here today. Colton Feller in left went over his head. Brady Feller in center, and then you have Sheen at right field here for the Bishop Ryan Lions. So the Thompson Tommies get their leadoff man here, and Wolfgram steps up to the plate. A pickoff back to second. Merck was about 5 feet off at short, so getting back safely was Berberich. Merck at short, Warren at third, Coonrod at second, Walls at first, and Zwack again behind the plate here for Bishop Ryan. The pitch upcoming from Lundeen, looking in to Wolfgram. This one will miss out of the zone. Now it's 1-0. Calling balls and strikes, Justin Klein. You have at first base umpire is Cale Hamry, and Dean Winchesky, the third place umpire here for our three-man crew. Here's the 1-0 offering on the way to Wolfgram. As Lundeen looks back, the runner at second in Berberich. The pitch fisted, popped up, and potentially playable. Here's Wack, and Walls give cover. Walls calls everybody off right in front of the first base dugout for the first out here at the bottom of the second inning. That one just came in and ran in on the batter, Wolfgram, and there is enough room behind home plate and up the first and third base dugouts to where if you get one that goes past the catcher, you should be able to move up 90 feet, no problem. And then same thing for some pop-outs. There's enough room here to play with at Corbett Field. So one down now with the runner at first as Thomas will step up to the plate, the sophomore shortstop. Takes a strike in there for a strike, now 0-1. Schumacher here, the sophomore shortstop. Then William Welke, the senior designated hitter, batting cleanup for the Thompson Tommies. Tommies with a leadoff man at first, and they will love to get him in here on our Irie Insurance scoreboard. 0-1 pitch upcoming on the way from Lundeen. As he looks back, the runner, not once but twice. Rocks and fires, and that'll miss for a ball. Now it's 1-1. The Thompson Tommies able to defeat Mayport CG 3 times in the Region 2 tournament from Mayville State to make their way across a little bit of I-29 to Highway 2 here to Minot, North Dakota this week. The 1-1. Breaking ball hit out into right center field. We'll see if it splits the gap. The center fielder will cut that one off, and Brady Feller, the runner from second base, Burbridge, will go up and take. So it's a productive out. Now there's a runner at third. So flying out to center, Burbridge gets to third base as the wind now starting to pick up a little bit, blowing from left to right. So it the wind brought it with it a little bit to right center, but Brady Feller did a good job, able to split the gap, and better base running there by Burbridge. Just seeing that one going to hang up a little bit to try to tag and get to third base. So Bishop Ryan left their leadoff man at third with 2 outs in the top half of the inning. What can William Welke do here for the Thompson Tommies? The pitch, grounded, foul. Now will be 0-1. Welke here batting in the cleanup role for the Thompson Tommies. For Bishop Ryan, it'll be 5, 6, and 7 batters coming up to the plate in the top of the second inning. No balls, 1 strike on the way. Burbridge with a first pitch double. Wolfgram 1-0 on the count, popped up 1-1 for Schumacher, and now Welke behind the count at 0-1. And Jet Lundeen definitely being very deliberate so far here on the mound, taking his time in between pitches. That old cat and mouse game between the pitcher and the catcher here from Minot. The 0-1 pitch on the way from Lundeen as he looks into Welke. That'll miss out of the zone. It's now 1-1. Still to come later tonight here on YourLiveEvent.com. We will have Mayport CG and Hillsborough Central Valley in softball around 6 o'clock, about 5 minutes away from here from South Hill Complex with Jake Burkmeyer. And then we'll have the final quarterfinal round baseball game after this one with the Squirrels and the Bearcats. 1-1 pitch is going to be hit in the air. That's to left field. Colton Feller misses it in the sky and loses it, and that's going to be an RBI single as Colton Feller took a couple of steps back, and by the time he found it, it was a good 10 feet in front of him. It's going to be an RBI single here for Welke, and Burbridge comes in to score to make it 1-0. And for the Thompson Tommies, they will take an early lead here on our Irie Insurance pregame show and our Irie Insurance scoreboard here with a 1-0 advantage here for the Thompson Tommies. So Welke will have the RBI single. And after a double by Burbridge, Welke gets a base knock to left. One fisted in a little bit, and with the cloud cover, you just saw Colton Feller take a couple steps back. Then all of a sudden, as they have the pickoff throw to first as Welke gets back, no problem. You just all of a sudden looked up and, well, the ball just came in and put the ball in play with 2 outs. That's what Welke was able to do, and now we'll see if the line can continue for Brody Gibson and the Thompson Tommies. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch, that'll miss outside for a ball now at 1-0 as the Clouds are making their way with the sun-covered field in game number 1 and 2. Barely any clouds, and a little bit of a storm system from the south is moving on up, hoping to split the Magic City. The 1-0 offering on the way to Gibson. This is going to be hit on the ground, and that's going to be gloved by Merck at shortstop, and he just has to eat it. An infield single on the way here for Brody Gibson, and everybody moves up 90 feet, and the Tommies have something cooking again with 2 outs here with runners at first and second. So Wilkie stands at second, Brody Gibson at first base. And Drew Overby comes up to the plate. Here's the pitch on the way to Overby. That'll be in there for a strike at 0-1. So after a leadoff double by Burbridge, Wolfgram popped up to the first baseman in foul territory. Schumacher was able to have a productive out to right center field, and Wilkie with the RBI single. And then you have a Brody Gibson single to follow it up, and here's the 0-1 pitch to Overby as Lundeen looks in. Another breaking ball that'll miss out of the zone at 1-1. Batter number 6 here for the Thompson Tommies in their lineup, and nothing has gone deep into account so far. They've been attacking early through the zone here for Thompson. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way to Overby as Lundeen looks back the runner at second. This will miss for a ball now at 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strikes with Jonathan Muse on deck here for the Thompson Tommies. As Thompson would like to put up a crooked number here in the bottom of the first inning, just what the Thompson Tommies softball team was able to do early in their win. Put a 3 runs up in the first inning against Renville County, going to the semifinals. The 2-1 offering on the way. That'll be in there for a strike. Now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with 2 runners on. As Lundeen looks to his catcher, Zwack works from the stretch. The 2-2. Fastball hit on the ground. This will be to Merck at shortstop. Merck goes across the diamond in time to Walls, 6-3 to retire the Thompson Tommies and the side here in the bottom of the first inning. But Thompson draws first blood on our Irie Insurance pregame show. They score 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the second inning. The Lions coming to the plate on yourliveevent.com.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
To the top of the second inning, we go on our Irie Insurance scoreboard. Here's Jet Lundeen. Walls and Colton Feller step up. First pitch swinging by Lundeen. Now 0-1. Merck with a leadoff single. Stole second and was stranded eventually at third as Burbridge looks in. That'll miss for a ball. Now at 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll have coverage of the Region 1 and Region 2 champs from baseball here throughout the weekend as this one is fisted up in the air. Playable to Overby at second base as he takes a couple of steps into short right field for out number 1 here in the top of the second inning. Ramsey Walls, the sophomore first baseman, will dig in. So we will follow again the Tommies and the Squirrels. There's a chance for them to meet potentially tomorrow. And then on the softball side, we will follow the East Region teams and Class B as this misses for a ball, 1-0. Congrats again to Matt Chandler and the Thompson Tommy softball team making their way to the semifinals tomorrow as they will go up against the number 3 seed in the Kindred Richland Vikings. Here's the 1-0 pitch, misses for a ball. Now it's going to be 2-0 as we have the rail yard making its way through and across left field here in Minot. 2-0 pitch from Burbridge. In there for a strike. Now it's 2-1. Later tonight, a good one, the 4-5 matchup between Hillsborough Central Valley and Mayport CG. 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Now it's 2-2. So a busy time of the year here. The state A baseball and softball tournaments going on in Fargo. The 2-2. This is going to be foul back, and we'll handle it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Bishop Ryan Lions right now. We're going to get a runner on here against Burbridge, and always fun at particular times to see these situations in terms of how coaches want to use their pitching staff with the number of pitches you can throw through 3 games. As Burbridge looks into Wolfgram, the 2-2. Swung on for a strikeout. That's the second strikeout for Burbridge, and out number 2. As Colton Feller will dig in. Just like the region baseball tournament, state is the same, 135 pitches, 0 to 45. You can go with no days rest, 45 to 90. You'd have to rest 1 day, and then anything over 90. As this one is foul, tipped off of our home plate umpire and Klein, who looks to be all right. Now it's 0-1 to Colton Feller. So if you have a particular pitcher getting close to that, if you can pitch him, again, multiple days in a row, or if you have to take a day off, that's always something to consider. But first things first, find a way to win this contest, and then eventually make your way to the semifinals and see what you have left in terms of arms. Sometimes guys will throw their number 1 right off the bat in the quarter. Sometimes you might see a number 2 and trying to hold on to a number 1, as this one's going to be popped up, and this will be out of play as Wolfgram sees this one go for a strike. Now it's 0-2. So always interesting as you talk with coaches on what you want to do at the end. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with nobody on here in the top of the second inning to Colton Feller. The 0-2 pitch from Burbridge. Breaking ball that'll just miss out of the zone, now at 1-2. The Thompson Tommies, 7, 8, and 9 batters due up in the bottom of the second inning. Strike 3 to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down here for Burbridge. And for the Bishop Ryan Lions, they will have to go out in the field here as the Thompson Tommies are coming to the plate next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day 1. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Dirt turning, hearts pumping, motors roaring. It's nonstop racing action Thursday nights at the Norman County Raceway and Friday nights at the Red River Valley Speedway. Featuring the fastest drivers around. Don't miss a lap. Fuel burning, dirt turning all summer long. For more information, visit ncraceway.com and redrivervalleyspeedway.com. The action never stops. Thursday night racing at the Norman County Raceway and Friday night racing at the Red River Valley Speedway.
Well, for the Thompson Tommy softball team, wondering how the bottom half of the bracket is looking. The number 1 seed in the Beulah Miners right now having a battle with Delax Burlington. 3-2 Delax Burlington over Beulah. That game in the top of the 4th inning. But here in the bottom of the second inning, again, 7, 8, and 9, Muse, O'Hearn, and Tice here for the Thompson Tommies, head coached by Nate Solis. This is their 25th state tournament appearance and their 7th straight region opportunity title here for the Thompson Tommies as well. They made 9 of the last 10 state tournaments here for Thompson. Pitch by Lundeen looking in for Muse. Breaking ball in there for a strike at 0-1. Jonathan Muse, the sophomore left fielder here for Thompson, will dig in now. And O'Hearn and Tice again following him before the top of the lineup, going the second time through against the righty in Lundeen. Jet takes his time, very deliberate on the mound, collects himself. The 0-1 in there for a strike, now 0-2. If you're just joining us, Thompson with an RBI single in the bottom of the first inning with 2 outs, a William Welke single down the left field line that brought in Reese Burbridge. That's the difference right now on our Irie Insurance scoreboard. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed for the strikeout, and that's the first strikeout for Lundeen on the mound here for Bishop Ryan. As Sean O'Hearn, the sophomore right fielder, will dig in now for the Thompson Tommies. Get through how Thompson fared last season en route to their state championship in a moment. Here's Here's the pitch on the way to Ahern. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Now it's 0-1. So we're seeing a lot of breaking balls here by Lundin in the second inning. The Tommies 13-3 win over North Star, then a 25-3 win over Lax Burlington, the semis, and topped Lamorliche Marion last year at Newman Outdoor Field in the championship, 11-7. As this one goes to the backstop, now it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Earlier today, Langdon, Lax Burlington, Shiloh, and he also had with them in Lamorliche Marion 3 of the 4 teams that played earlier were from the state tournament from a season ago, as this one is going to be swung on and missed. Now 1-2. Thompson is a staple. Central Cass and North Star later. So 6 of the 8 teams on the Class B baseball side are back from a season ago at Newman Outdoor Field. Here in Minot, the 1-2 pitch on the way to Ahern. This one's going to be hit on the ground. Warren there at third base has to double clutch, but that's in time as Cale Hamry says they go 5-3. Warren to Walls across the diamond, and there's 2 outs. Thompson 3-1 against the state tournament field with wins over North Star, Shiloh, and Central Cass. Their lone loss to Langdon area. Well, for the Bishop Ryan Lions, they're 1-1 against the state tournament field. They lost to Shiloh and beat Shiloh as they played them twice this season. First pitch swinging, hit up the third base line, foul. Now it's 0-1. Number 9 batter here in the Thompson Tommy lineup in Braden Tice. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way from Lundin as he looks into Zwack. And he'll one-hop the catcher. That goes to the backstop now. 1-1 for the Bishop Ryan Lions. Top of the third. It's going to be 8-9 1 batters upcoming for Bishop Ryan, with Sheen to bat things off in the top of the third inning for the Lions. Higher seed, the home team throughout this first day. The 1-1. Fisted back now. It's 1-2. Again, the first 2 games, if any indication of what we've seen in the state tournament for this first day, arms are at a premium on the mound, and then runs can be hard to come by. And when you have a chance to bring a run in, you need to do so. The 1-2 pitch to Tice. Breaking ball, that'll miss. Good eye by Braden, works the count to 2-2. This is the deepest we've seen a Thompson Tommy batter outside of Drew Overby work the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lundin so far 3 hits, a strikeout, and 1 run that was earned against him. As this will miss outside, and here's the first full count to a Thompson Tommy batter in the lineup. Bishop Ryan, the Lions, they play on this field at Corbett Field for their home game, so very accustomed and ready to play here. The hometown team, them and Lax Burlington, not having to make at all of a trek here to the Magic City. The 3-2 offering. Breaking ball is going to be smoked and right over the second baseman's glove of Coonrod. It's an opposite field single by the number 9 batter here in Braden Tice, and the 4th hit for the Thompson Tommies. As Reese Berberich, the senior pitcher, will dig in, and first pitch swinging, he nearly hit a home run to left field. From 316 down the left field line, 356 to left center. He about split it and one hop the wall to have a leadoff double and eventually come in to score in the first inning. So bottom of the second, 2 outs here. The Tommies will look for a little 2-out rally with the runner at first and Tice. And we'll have a time on the mound here by the hitter in Reese Berberich. As this game continues, make sure you stay tuned to our contest as we will continue to give you updates from across the state of North Dakota, and particularly on the Class B side for games that are coming in finals. Also, once we get to our post-game show, our final line score and box score of the contest. Here's the pitch. That'll be in there for a strike. Now 0-1. And then roughly about 30-35 minutes after this game concludes, you'll have North Star and Central Cass. The Bearcats the 4, the Squirrels the 5 in that matchup to finish off the quarterfinals. Here's the 0-1 offering on the way to Berberich. In there for a strike at the knee. Now 0-2. Runner at first base again is Tice. First time through the lineup, the Thompson Tommies with 4 hits, 3 singles and a double. The 0-2 pitch upcoming as Lundin looks in. Tice takes his lead off of first. He'll stay put. Breaking ball that'll miss out of the zone. Now 1-2. Thompson so far 1 run, 4 hits. They've left 2 runners on base for the Bishop Ryan Lions. No runs off of 1 hit, and they have yet and 1 runner left on base for Bishop Ryan. Here's the 1-2 offering from Lundin as he looks in. I'll be out of the zone now, 2-2. So good job by Burbridge falling behind the count. Now able to make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Lundin does not want to leave anything middle in that was ripped to left field his last time up in with Therese. The 2-2 offering. Breaking ball, that's going to be hit in the air. That's to center field. Brady Feller loses his footing, and that's going to drop in front of Feller. Feller's relay not going to be in time, taking a big round first is Burbridge, and we've seen both Colton and Brady Feller. One got a little caught up in the turf. The other lost the ball in the sun. It's still going to go down as a base knock for Reese Burbridge here. And all of a sudden, there's runners at the corners with 2 outs. So Tice is at third base here. Burbridge stands at first here for the Thompson Tommies of Braden Wolfgram up at the plate. Wolfgram 0 for 1 with a pop up to the first baseman Walls. That was in foul territory his last time up. 2 outs again as Nate Solis does his batter, Braden Wolfgram. Let's step off for a moment and get the signs coming across. This is always one of those where if you have confidence in your runners at the plate, do you do a delayed steal to bring a run in from third base, and can you earn a run but not having to worry about a base knock? Runners going to stay put. First pitch swinging. This one's hit on the ground, but that's going to be a foul ball. Just missed. A fair foul as Wolfgram now behind the count at 0-1. Update for you from softball between Del Axe Burlington and the Beulah Miners. End of 4, it's Del Axe Burlington 5, Beulah 2. After 4 innings of play, Del Axe Burlington and the Lakers right now lead it by 3. So the number 1 seed is in jeopardy as the number 2 seed already lost earlier today. Again, Del Axe Burlington leads by 3 over Beulah after 4 in softball. There's the throw to the pitcher. A delayed steal in there for Reese Burbridge. Now 0-2 on the way to Wolfgram. So Braden, just like Reese, will have to battle now with runners in scoring position, but down 0-2 in the count. Lundin needs a strikeout here or an out. The 0-2. Breaking ball just missed out of the zone as Jet Lundin took 1 or 2 steps up to the first base dugout. And now it'll be 1-2. Good breaking ball just out of the zone here from our umpire and Justin Klein behind the plate. The 1-2 pitch by Lundin to Wolfgram. That's going to be hit up the first base line. Foul. Corbett Field here. Nice facility. All turf infield, outfield. You do have some dirt here that goes about to third base on the warning track to almost first base. You have some seats and high top tables down the left and right field line, and an old school grandstand behind home plate here at Corbett Field in Minot. 1 ball, 2 strike on the way. Tice is at third, Burbridge at second. Here's the 1-2. Hit in the air, and that's going to be to right field, and 1 run's coming in, and it's going to be a bases clearing single here for Wolfgram. Tice comes in to score, Burbridge comes in to score, and it's 3-0 Tommies. A 2-out, 2 RBI single on the way here for Wolfgram. And now we'll have a courtesy runner coming on here for the Thompson Tommies, as well as Jordan Gustafson will come on and go to first base. So Gustafson will come on now, and this is all 2 outs after a Muse strikeout and a Hearn ground out to third. A single by Tice, a single by Burbridge to get the runners at the corners, and then a delayed steal by Burbridge to get him into scoring position. An opposite field single by Braden Wolfgram makes it 3-0 Tommies here on our Irie Insurance scoreboard in the bottom of the second inning. Thomas Schumacher here, the sophomore shortstop, flew out to center his last time up. He'll see this one miss for a ball at 1-0. So Thompson able to take advantage of a leadoff double in the first with a 2-out base knock single by Wilkie. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning, they get a 2 RBI single. This will run up and in, and Thomas come across. So both of these RBIs again are with 2 outs, and that might be our Arctic Enterprises play of the game so far, is clutch hitting with 2 outs here as some of the clouds are starting to make its way through here from Corbett Field. The 2-0 pitch. That'll miss for a ball now at 3-0. Earlier today, out in Fargo, Minot High and Red River with wins in the softball side of the Class A tournament. Wapaton on the baseball side defeated Bismarck Legacy to advance the semis. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike at 3-1. And then you have boys golf coming up early part of next week, and that really puts a bow then on the spring season and the 2023-24 calendar year of North Dakota. That's going to be hit on the ground, a 2-hopper to Warren at third. This one in the dirt, not going to be backhanded or gloved by Walls, and so the runner, Gustafson's able to go to first to third. It's going to be an error on the play that'll allow Thomas to get on base, and the Tommies, the 2-out rally continues here in the second inning. As that'll be an error on the way, and William Welke will step up to the plate as he did in the first inning with 2 outs and a chance to add to it here for the Thompson Tommies as the sun continues to beam and make its way through here in Minot. It's the State B baseball tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. We will have coverage of the Thompson Tommies throughout the state baseball tournament, the same with the softball tournament as well. And then we will also have coverage of the eastern side with the Central Calf Squirrels here in baseball still to come tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Chase Miller, Jake Burkmeyer up at South Hill Complex. Runners at first and third with Wilkie already with a single and a run driven in today. Schumacher at first base, Gustafson at third with 2 outs. The pitch hit in the air. That's smoke to left field. Colton Feller takes a couple steps back right in front of the warning track, and that'll retire the side on a loud out. But 2 runs come across for Thompson here in the bottom of the second inning as we go to the top of the third with a new score on our Irie Insurance pregame show. And it's Thompson up by 3.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Make sure you patronize all of our sponsors. Without them, we would not be here at Corbett Field bringing you the state baseball tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com for our audio-only coverage. Going to Bishop Ryan here as they will go Sheen, Coonrad, and Merck here, 8-9-1 batters in the third. This is their 20th state tournament appearance all time, and their last state title came back in 2009 when they won in 07, 08, and 09. The Bishop Ryan Lions, a proud story program in Class B baseball, as Max Sheen will see this one low for a ball now at 1-0 with Reese Berberich on the mound for the Tommies. 1-0 pitch is foul and will make it now 1-1 strike. At one point in the 2000s here, they made it in 2000, 01, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 for Bishop Ryan to state, as that'll miss in the turf. Now 2-1 strike. Bishop Ryan sent 4 batters in the first inning and 3 up, 3 down in the second. The 2-1 offering going to be laced and through for a base knock here for the number 8 batter. So after 6 straight batters were retired by Burbridge, Bishop Ryan gets their second hit here to start things off in the top of the 3rd inning. Tegan Coonrod here will be stepping up to the plate. Tegan, the sophomore second baseman, the number 9 batter for Bishop Ryan. Then it goes back through the second time through against Reese Burbridge. 3 runs across so far here for Thompson. From the Bishop Ryan lines, they left their leadoff man in the first, looking at bunt. Good bunt that's going to go right back to the pitcher, but a chance to get the lead runner backhanded. Oh, what a scoop and a play by the second baseman Overby. Burbridge came across. It looked like a good bump, but with that turf, just sped up a little bit to the pitcher, and Burbridge goes to the second baseman on a 1-hop. Overby with the backhanded glove as you have Sheen out at second, a 1-4, and Coonrod reaches on a fielder's choice as there's 1 down. Carson Merck with a single on a stolen base his last time up as Odenbach holds the runner in Coonrod at first base. As Burbridge works from the stretch. Check swing right at home plate. Now it's 0-1. You have the pitcher's mound, the batter's box, everything here is turf except a little bit of the warning track. That is actual dirt, if you will. And then the dugout, a little bit different style of dugout. Almost looks like a patio for both sides here at Minot. The 0-1. That'll miss for a ball. Now it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 pitch on the way to the senior shortstop. That's going to be hit right up the middle, and that's going to split both Schumacher and Overby. And now runners will be at first and second. So a couple of singles on the way here. As Coonrod goes to second base, Merck stands at first, as he will have the third base hit of the contest. And Bishop Ryan, their best chance since the first inning to get something brewing here off of Reese Burbridge. Brady Feller, the senior center fielder, awfully good basketball player as well, digs in with run out with runners at first and second. First pitch swinging fastball out of the zone. Now it's 0-1. As you have Burbridge looking back into Wolfgram behind the plate. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball popped him up and taking a chance as Wolfgram, but you hear the dugout here for Thompson saying it's going to go out. And then it will roll its way down. And kind of like a carnival game here, if you get a foul ball off the roof, it's going to either go behind and out of play officially into the parking lot, or it's going to go into the infield here, and you'll have to see if it maybe hits an umpire, hits a catcher, as anytime you have a pop-up, everybody takes an extra second to see how and where it's going to go. No balls, 2 strikes here. The 0-2 pitch from Burbridge. Fastball missing low and in, now 1-2. It's the State Class B quarterfinals on the baseball side. The 1-2 offering swung on and missed, and Burbridge gets his 4th strikeout. His second of Feller and the second out here of the 3rd inning. A strikeout on the first, back-to-back to end the second, and now Bennett Warren grounded out to Schumacher his last time up at shortstop. 0 for 1 so far here today. Coonrod at second, Merck at first. Burbridge looks back to lead runner. The pitch in there for a strike at the knee. Now 0-1. The Thompson Tommies, bottom of the 3rd. They will send the 5, 6, and 7 batters with Brody Gibson to lead things off in the bottom of the 3rd inning for Thompson. Bishop Ryan looking to plate their first run. Reese Burbridge looking to put up another goose egg here in the top half. It's going to be hit on the ground. A 2-hopper to the shortstop. He will go 6 unassisted to retire the Bishop Ryan Lions. So no runs off of 2 hits. There's no errors and 2 runners left. We played 2.5 from Corbett Field here in Minot. It's 3-0 Tommies, with the Thompson Tommies coming to the plate. At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
Bottom of the third inning we go here from the state baseball quarterfinals on yourliveevent.com. Thompson Bishop Bryan with the winner to advance the semifinals tomorrow night. The loser will go to the consolation semifinals tomorrow afternoon. The first of two semifinals will feature the number 2 seed Langdon Area Edmore Mina Cardinals and the number 3 seed Lemoore Litchfield Marion Lobos at 4:30. And then roughly the winner of this game will play at 7. The loser will roughly play at about 1:30 tomorrow in the loser out game in the consolation semifinals. So you lose, you're roughly at 1:30. If you win, you're roughly at around 7 tomorrow night. The Thompson softball team, they're going to play at 4 o'clock against the Kindred Richland Vikings. Brody Gibson leads things off here in the bottom of the third inning. Tommy's up by 3 on our Irie Insurance pregame and scoreboard. As this one misses for a ball, now 1-0. Irie Insurance, when it gets warm like this, they're your trusted personal business and farm insurance provider, and also with the storms making their way through, they're also your crop hail for upcoming hail policies to protect your crop. Visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com to contact your local Irie Insurance agent. 2-0 here against Brody Gibson. The 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball that'll miss out of the zone. Now it's 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes here to Gibson, who already has a single back in the first inning. As Jet Lundeen in his third inning of work. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk. First free pass by Jet Lundeen here on the mound. And the Thompson Tommies now with a runner on in every inning so far here for Thompson. Drew Overby, the junior second baseman, grounded out to the shortstop Merck his last time up. Pickoff throw back to first, not going to be in time. Cale Hamry, our first base umpire. Dean Winchesky, the Minot High boys basketball coach, is our third base umpire, and Justin Klein calling balls and strikes. Lundeen looks in. Here's a bunt up the third base line. That'll go foul by Overby, now 0-1. Overby ended the first inning again with a ground out to the shortstop. Then it goes Muse and O'Hearn here for Thompson. One thing that Nate Solis mentioned as the year continued, it was maybe just 2 or 3 guys in the lineup at one game, then another 2 or 3 the next. But as this season has gone on, you feel like they can manufacture runs any different way throughout the lineup. Here's the throw down, and he's out at second base. Zwack goes to the second baseman, Kudrut, who applies a tag on Brody Gibson, who is caught stealing for 1 down now here in the bottom of the third. And as we mentioned, those are different ways of manufacturing runs, trying to get a steal and get into scoring position here. As we have the 0-1 pitch on the way to Overby. That'll miss out of the zone. Up now, it's 1-1. But when you can allow yourself to do that 1 through 9 through the lineup, where on any given night someone might be able to have a quality, even if it's a sack bunt, a productive out, move guys up 90 feet. We already saw that come into play in the first to allow the first run come in with the Welke RBI. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground. This will be to the shortstop, Merck. Goes the 6-3 to Walls. Takes a couple steps in for the second out. Jonathan Muse, the sophomore left fielder, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. On bat now here for the Thompson Tommies. And it's Sean O'Hearn, and Thompson's done their damage with 2 outs here as they will try to do so in the third inning. Here's the pitch on the way from Jet. It's going to be hit, and that goes past Nate Solis up the third base coaching box. Now it's 0-1. So no balls, one strike on the way here with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That'll miss. Now it's 1-1. As we're nearing the midway point here of the state quarterfinal from Corbett Field, the 1-1 offering. That'll be out of the zone at 2-1. And Jet Lundeen doesn't necessarily have the fastest heater, if you will, but he's able to locate well. He's used his breaking ball at particular times. But the Tommies have played at 3 so far as this one goes to the backstop at 3-1. 2 RBIs by Brandon Wolfgram and then a run batted in by William Wilkie. That's been the difference so far. Lundeen looking for his first 3 up, 3 down inning here against Thompson. Just as the regular season and the region tournaments, a 10-run rule after 4.5 or 5 is in the cards. If one team does get out to that kind of advantage, Muse will take a walk, the second one of the inning, and he will stand at first base now here for Thompson. Sean O'Hearn will dig in here for the Tommies. Grounded out to Warren at third base his last time up. So with Muse at first with 2 outs, we'll see if Nate Solis puts the runner in motion with O'Hearn up to the plate. This one fouled back to the netting. Now it's 0-1. But after COVID year of 2020, able to play at Jack Brown Stadium in Jamestown. It was hot, humid, and muggy that weekend. Newman Outdoor Field last year, and this year going to be in the upper 80s throughout the week here in Minot, North Dakota. Here's the 0-1 offering, but it's going to be a pick to first. Diving back safely is Muse, no problem. As the clouds have kind of made their way through a little bit here, the wind again for what there is blowing a little bit more left to right, but nothing that's going to, at this point, unless a wind gust comes up, plays too much trouble with a lazy fly into the outfield. 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Good job by Zwack behind the plate to block that one. Now it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 on the way with the runner at first base again in Muse. As Jet Lundeen with the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. This one's going to be hitting to center field. Feller comes in. That's going to be Brady to glove it and retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on. 3 complete on our Irie Insurance scoreboard. It's 3-0, the Thompson Tommies, as we go to the top of the 4th inning on your liveevent.com.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey Swatch autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. They're open Saturdays 10 to 5. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Top of the 4th inning here on yourliveevent.com. I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning in to the State Class B baseball tournament here on yourliveevent.com for our audio-only coverage. Thompson right now going to the top of the 4th. Reese Burbridge, 3 innings of work. He's given up so far 3 hits against, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. This one, Drew Zwank went through on the off-speed pitch, now 0-1. First time through in 3 innings, he went 3 over the limit, did Burbridge. The 0-1 pitch is going to be hit on the ground up the third base line. That'll be foul. Now it's 0-2. So works ahead in the count. Seeing the fastball be a useful pitch for Burbridge, particularly up in the zone to have 4 strikeouts so far today. Looking for 5 as we will have a time here by Burbridge. One particular time here against Bishop Ryan had 6 up and 6 down after a leadoff single to Merck in the first and the second. Here's the 0-2 offering. Strike 3 looking. That's going to be out number 1 and punch out number 5 for Burbridge. Left to right in the outfield, Muse, Gibson, and O'Hearn in right. Around the infield from third to first is Tice, Schumacher at short with Overby at second, Odenbach at first, and Wolfgram behind the plate. William Mulkey, the DH, and Nate Solis, the head coach here for the Thompson Tommies. Jet Lundeen, pitcher versus pitcher now with 1 down. This will be in the dirt, missing for a ball. Now it's 1-0. Lundeen popped up his last time to short right field, where Overby took a couple of steps from second base into short right. 1-0 pitch is going to be laced up the first baseline foul. Now 1-1 as we're starting to see fans, some more red and white with North Star and Central Cass making their way through. Delax Burlington with a great crowd earlier today and have to travel too far to the Magic City. The 1-1 offering. That'll miss on a fastball. Now 2-1. As Reese Burbridge will step off, hit the shoelaces here. A reminder, we will have coverage of the couple of All-Star games in June and July in North Dakota. The Shield Softball All-Star Series on Monday and Tuesday. First of 2 games begin at 4 o'clock on Monday from West Fargo, Cheyenne. The 2-1. This is going to be fisted in the air to the first baseman, Odenbach. Takes a step or 2 back, and there's 2 down. We will also have the Optimist Volleyball Series upcoming the following Monday and Tuesday in Fargo and Bismarck. And then the last version, at least with the 3-class system in basketball, will be the last Lions All-Star Basketball Series A versus B. And that's the 47th annual Lions All-Star Basketball Series. We'll have that for you on yourliveevent.com in July. Right now, though, Burbridge 2 down in the top of the 4th inning and works ahead on Ramsey Walls, who worked the count to 2-2 before he was one of 5 strikeouts so far for Reese on the mound here this late afternoon. The 0-1 offering. This will be hit in the air. That's to right field. O'Hearn takes a couple steps over to his left, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Tommies here in the top of the 4th against Bishop Ryan. 3.5 complete on our Irie Insurance scoreboard as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Thompson looking to extend their lead on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Bottom of the 4th inning here on yourliveevent.com. Let's get to our Bank North in-game update for you. The 3 runs so far, a Welke RBI single in the bottom of the 1st inning, and then a 2 RBI single by Wolfgram in the bottom of the 2nd inning. That was both with 2 outs, mind you. That is our Bank North update here on yourliveevent.com. Go to ibanknorth.com, proud member of their communities and member FDIC as well. And you can take their mobile app with you anywhere today by visiting that website, ibanknorth.com. Tice, Burbridge, and Wolfgram, 9-1 and 2 batters to the plate, as Lundeen will see this one miss for a ball. Now 1-0. Brandon Tice with a single and a run scored back in the 2nd inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch upcoming from Jet Lundeen. This one fouled back. Now it's going to be 1-1. This part of the lineup, 9-1 and 2 batters, has been very productive so far today. 5 times they've been at the plate. 4 base hits. 4 of the 7 coming from the 9-1 and 2 batters here for Thompson. That'll miss for a ball. Now 2-1. So the sophomore third baseman, righty-righty matchup against Lundin. 2-1 offering. It's going to be hit in the air. That's going to go and be down for a base knock in front of Colton Feller in left. And the Thompson Tommies with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the fourth. Leadoff double in the first, a 2-out single in the second, a leadoff walk in the third, and now a leadoff single here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Colton Feller again in left, Brady Feller in center, and you have Sheen in right. Warren at third base, Mark at short with Coonrod at second, Walls at first, and Zwack behind the plate. Doug Richter, the head coach here for the Bishop Ryan Lions. With the runner at first. Taking low is Reese Burbridge, now 1-0 on the count. Reese so far today with 2 runs scored, 2 hits, a stolen base and a single and a double, not to mention he has 5 strikeouts on the mound. The 1-0 sees that one miss, now at 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes, a hitter's count here for Burbridge with a runner at first again in Tice, being held on by Walls. Lundin works from the stretch. The 2-0. Check swing did not go in the dirt. Now it's 3-0 on the way to Burbridge. 2 walks for Lundin so far here in this one that were both in the last half inning in the bottom of the third. You just had Gibson get caught stealing. As this one is going to be a walk as well. So Burbridge will take the walk. Now you'll have runners at first and second with nobody out here for the Thompson Tommies. So a good start of the inning so far here for Thompson. Now it's just a matter of what can they do to add on to it of where we're currently at right now here for the Tommies. Last update in West Fargo. You did have a lightning delay in the top of the fifth between West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Bismarck Century in the Class A State Baseball Tournament. It was about an hour ago, and now they have some rain on top of it as well, with Cheyenne leading Bismarck Century. Runners at first and second, nobody out here with Wolfgram at the plate. Wolfgram looks to bunt. He does, fielded by Lundin. Goes over to second. That's going to be thrown away. 1 run's coming in. That's Tice. Burbridge is going to be held up at third base. And to second goes Wolfgram. It's now 4-0 in favor of Thompson. Put the ball in play. Good things will work out more times than not. And that's exactly what happened there on the air. Wolfgram will go on the throwing error from Lundin. And coming in to score is going to be Tice. Burbridge goes to third, and Wolfgram now stands at second base. 4-0 in favor of the Thompson Tommies. As we'll get an update here from softball in a moment. As this one is going to miss low for a ball to Thomas Schumacher. From softball, Beulah with 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th, now leads 6-5 heading to the top of the 7th inning. So Beulah leads 6-5 now over Des Lacs Burlington in the top of the 7th. This one is going to be grounded. And it'll be a foul ball now at 1-1. So Tice already with a 1 coming in to score. A walk by Burbridge, and then Wolfgram again with a perfect bump by Lundin. Coonrod at second base and to try to cover, but as he did, it got thrown into short right field. And now all of a sudden the Tommies have a chance to put up a crooked number here in the bottom half of the 4th inning with still nobody out. 2-1 is the count here to Thomas. So far 0 for 2 today, but would just love a productive out here, bare minimum, for the Tommies in the bottom of the 4th. This will miss out of the zone now. 3-1 is Jet Lundin looking for the first out of this inning. The most batters to the plate for Thompson. That was in the 2nd inning where they sent 7 batters. As this is the 3rd time through for the Thompson Tommies against Jet. 3-1 pitch with the infield played in. Going to be hit, and that's to left field and dying in front of Colton Feller. It's an RBI single. Here comes the relay. Going to second base as no one's covering, and nice job by Thomas hustling to second. It's now 5-0 Tommies. So it's going to be a single on the way for Thomas. Burbridge comes in to score his 3rd run of the game. You're going to stay put at third base again as Wolfgram, as Thomas gets the hit, the run driven in. And now there's still runners in scoring position here for William Welke. He's already 1 of 2 today with an RBI. I'll take this one low for a ball. So Schumacher there again with the RBI single here for the Thompson Tommies. And now Thompson has a real opportunity to blow the door open here. Is this going to be right to the shortstop? That's going to be off of Merck. It's going to one-hop him. 1 run comes in to score, and everybody moves up. So Wolfgram comes in to score the 3rd run of the inning. And then you have Welke to first base here. And Schumacher stands at 3rd. As stepping up to the plate is Brody Gibson. Gibson, he's going to go across on the bunt. So now it's 6-0 in favor of the Thompson Tommies, even though they have 7 runs across on the scoreboard here at Corbett Field. But again, it is 6-0. Runners still at the corners. Welke at first with Schumacher at 3rd. 0-1 pitch to Gibson. Going to be hit on the air to the 3rd baseman on the ground. That is Warren. Does a good jump coming across, but it's a run driven in for Brody Gibson. 5-3 with the RBI. Schumacher comes in to score. Welke goes to second base, and now it's 7-0 Tommies. So the RBI on the way for Gibson. And this one will be in there for a strike to Drew Overby. And the Thompson Tommies right now are putting on the Bishop Ryan Lions here in the bottom of the 4th inning with 4 runs across. This is going to be hit backhanded by the shortstop Merck. Goes across the diamond. Not going to be in time. It's an infield single, and everybody moves up 90 feet. Welke to third base. Overby gets his first base knock of the game, and now you'll have runners at the corners. And the Thompson Tommies can smell blood in the water here in the bottom of the 4th inning with 1 out. Jonathan Muse 0 for 1 today with a walk. Runners at the corners again here for Thompson. 4 runs across for the Tommies. The pitch. This one's going to be fouled back now at 0-1. So a single by Tice, a walk by Berberich. Wolfgram put the ball in play on a bunt and a throwing error by Lundeen. A single by Schumacher, an error by the play by Merck at short to allow Welke to come on. Gibson with a grounder, but a run driven in, and Overby gets a single as well as they keep the line moving here in the 4th inning. That'll miss for a ball. Now it's going to be 1-1. Batter number 8 of the inning so far for the Thompson Tommies with Sean O'Hearn due up next here for Thompson. Here's the 1-1. Runner's going to go. Breaking ball. Throw down to second base. Not going to be in time to the shortstop Merck. As you'll have runners now in scoring position. So Overby was able to get a swipe and a steal now in scoring position. Here's the pitch to Muse. That'll be a strikeout here on the 1-2. The breaking ball, and Lundeen gets his second punch out. And now it's Sean O'Hearn. O'Hearn 0 for 2 today in that number 8 spot. Has a chance to drive a run or two, and this one's going to be grounded up the third baseline. Warren is there, gloves it, fields it, and across the diamond to retire the Thompson Tommies. But Thompson bats around and puts 4 runs up in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 7-0 Thompson on yourliveevent.com.
Spring is here, and the scenery while driving down the road will soon be filled with farm machinery planting this year's crop. Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. As fieldwork begins, we want to remind you to take extra caution when approaching large, slow-moving machinery traveling down the road. A successful crop year is one that is accident-free. Irie Insurance offers all lines of insurance, and we would love the opportunity to visit with you. For our contact information, please visit our website at irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
Team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Dirt turning, hearts pumping, motors roaring. It's nonstop racing action Thursday nights at the Norman County Raceway and Friday nights at the Red River Valley Speedway. Featuring the fastest drivers around. Don't miss a lap. Fuel burning, dirt turning all summer long. For more information, visit ncraceway.com and redrivervalleyspeedway.com. The action never stops. Thursday night racing at the Norman County Raceway and Friday night racing at the Red River Valley Speedway.
As we have a pitching change here for the Thompson Tommies, Reese Burbridge goes 4 innings of work, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and 5 strikeouts here for the Thompson Tommies. As we'll take a look at the infield now as Odenbach comes on. As Wolfgram goes from catcher to now third base. Tice goes from third base to first. And Schumacher still stands at shortstop, with Overby at second, and then Burbridge here is behind the plate now for the Thompson Tommies. This one will come in first pitch and hit Colton Feller as Max Sheen will step up to the plate. So Colton Feller hit by pitch, he'll take first. And the Bishop Ryan Lions right now looking to put some runs across here in the top of the 5th. Otherwise, if they put up a goose egg and Thompson puts up 3 in the bottom half of the 5th, it would be a 10-run rule. So again, you have Wolfgram at third, Schumacher at short, Overby at second, Tice at first, and Burbridge behind the plate. This one's going to be fisted off, foul. As Odenbach goes from first base to pitcher, Muse, Gibson, and O'Hearn left to right in the outfield. Max Sheen with a hit today, one of the 3 so far for Bishop Ryan, 1 for 1 from the plate. The pickoff not going to be in time here in the top of the 5th inning. No balls, 1 strike on the way. The pitch in there for a strike now, 0-2. Thompson, this is game number 23 of their campaign for the Bishop Ryan Lions. This is game 25 for Bishop Ryan. Here's the 0-2 offering on the way by the righty again in Odenbach. That'll miss out of the zone at 1-2. Still to come tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Softball, Hillsborough Central Valley against Mayport CG. A game scheduled to get underway at 6 o'clock. The pick, one hopped, and this one is going to go by the first baseman, Tice. On his way to second is going to be Feller. That'll be on the throw in air. So first error of the contest here for Thompson. And now a runner in scoring position. This one swung on and missed, and there's a strikeout. Sheen is retired. Punch out number 1 for Odenbach. That is the 6th as a staff here for Thompson. And now it's Tegan Coonrod. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd and then was stranded at second base. 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Carson Merck due up next. Swung on and missed. Now 0-1. So Burbridge and Odenbach here for the Thompson Tommies. Now it's 0-1 on the way with the runner at second base again in Feller. The pitch, throw down to third. Do they got him? Yes, they did. Burbridge to Wolfgram, who applies the tag, is trying to steal was Feller, and there's 2 down. So 2 down now in the 5th. Good job on the way from Burbridge through an absolute perfect throw for Wolfgram, and all that Wolfgram had to do was apply the tag to get the second out, and Feller is caught stealing. 1 ball, 1 strike on the way. Here's the 1-1. That'll miss low. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. And for the Bishop Ryan Lions, you don't want to say it is, but this could potentially be the final out if Thompson can put 3 up in the bottom half of the 5th. That'll be in there for a strike now. With 2 down here. As Odenbach winds and delivers. This going to be hit a little 3-hopper to the first baseman. Tice, he'll go 3 and assisted, and that'll retire the side. No runs, no hit. There was an error, and nobody left on base. 4.5 complete on yourliveevent.com on our Irie Insurance pregame show. Thompson leads by 7 coming to the plate on your live event.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Bottom of the 5th inning we go. It's the Thompson Tommies over the Bishop Ryan Lions here, 7-0 on yourliveevent.com. Thompson got out in front early in the first with a run. 2 runs in the second, and then 4 runs across so far in the 4th for a 7-0 edge. And again, if they score 3 runs here on the bottom half of the 5th inning, this one would be ball game. Brandon Tice so far 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Pair of hits as well, both singles. Then it goes back to the top of the lineup here for the Thompson Tommies. Here's the offering, swung on and foul back. It's going to be 0-1. So for Thompson, we'll see if they make a little bit of a pinch hitter as well, potentially coming up throughout this lineup, as you have Berberich on the on-deck circle and then Wolfgram in the hole. The 0-1 pitch as Lundin on for his 5th inning of work, going to be fielded by the third baseman. Warren throws a 1-hopper to first in time for the out. 5-3 to Walls. One thing that we've seen at the third baseman, Warren, do a good job today. If he hadn't gloved it right off the bat, able to keep with it and going and collect the out for out number 1. Reese Berberich, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. A double, a single, stolen base, and a walk. All he's missing now is a triple and a homer here for Berberich, as he's done a little bit of everything, and he's on the hook for the win as well, as this is fouled hard down the third base line. Now 0-1 as Nate Solis nearly had to scamper out of the way. Thompson, with this particular win, if they can hang on, they would advance to tomorrow's semifinals roughly at around 6:30, 7 o'clock tomorrow night against the winner of our next contest between North Star, the Bearcats, and the Squirrels of Central Cass. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Berberich. This is going to be hit in the air a mile high to right field. Sheen drifts back to the warning track, and that goes over his head. Berberich rounding second. He's hustling for third, and that's going to be a triple. We've seen the outfielders by Bishop Ryan play a couple of fly balls, and they haven't played them particularly perfect here today. It has allowed some extra base knocks to come across. So Berberich will get on board for his 3rd time today and his 3rd hit, and a runner at 3rd. Braden Wolfgram with a base knock and 2 runs driven in back in the second inning. He'll take a strike now, 0-1. As Lundin has given up 10 hits so far, 7 runs, not all of them earned, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. The 0-1 going to be fouled up the first base line, now 0-2. Batter number 2 in the lineup here for the Thompson Tommies, and then it goes to Thomas Schumacher here. And batter number 3 here for Thompson. With a runner at third base right now again in Burbridge. Here's the 0-2 on the way with Wolfgram. He'll take one outside, missing for a ball. Now it's 1-2. A lazy fly ball by Burbridge just kept going and going and going, and Sheen was underneath it, then all of a sudden lost it for a moment, and one hopped and nearly was a ground rule double. Here's the 1-2 offering. This is going to be hit up the first base line. That will be a foul ball. And now it's 1-2 as Central Cass and North Star again await this one, and then we'll put day 1 of 3 to bed here from the City of Minot and Corbett Field. The State B Baseball Tournament. The 1-2 offering. This is going to be hit and right to the second baseman on the line. Coonrad had to climb the ladder a little bit. Wolfgram gave it a ride, just hit it right to the second baseman for the second out. Now Schumacher here, 1 of 3 today, has reached base twice with a run scored and a run driven in. The righty in Lundin looks in, and the pitch. Breaking ball that'll miss for a ball, now 1-0. Bishop Ryan got their leadoff man on in the first, got him all the way to third, unable to bring him in. Thompson brought Burbridge in with a 2-out base knock. That one in there for a strike at 1-1. They haven't looked back since here on our Irie Insurance scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch. That'll be missed. Now 2-1. And then after Thompson with Thomas Schumacher here, if it gets to the on-deck batter, Drew Odenbach is due up next. 2-1 pitch is going to be scolded to center field. Brady Feller camps underneath that one too. Retire the Thompson Tommies and the side. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 5 complete on our Irie Insurance scoreboard. It's 7-0 Thompson on your liveevent.com.
It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground, it's going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th.
This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net.
Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th.
Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Niall with the windmill duck.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Good luck, Tommies, from everyone at Thompson Public Schools, where their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. A thank you to the students, teachers, parents, and staff that made this a great school year. And a special congratulations and good luck to the graduating class of 2023. You can find out more about the great things happening in Thompson Public Schools, plus summer camp information, 2023-2024 school year calendar dates, information, and athletic requirements. TPS-K12.org. Go Tommies!
Games that have gone final in softball again. Thompson advances, Kindred Richland advances, and Beulah with a 6-5 win over Delax Burlington advances. Hillsborough Central Valley and Mayport CG slated to get underway at the top of the hour here on yourliveevent.com with Jake Berkmeyer. Here on the baseball side, 2-seed Langdon Area Emor Munich with a 6-0 win over Delax Burlington. A 2-0 win for Lamorle Marion over Shiloh Christian as the 3-seed. And right now it's the contagious theme here, a 7-0 game going to the top of the 6th inning with North Star and Central Cass still to come a little bit later on. As Odenbach is on for his 2nd inning of work. 1 inning so far, a walk and a strikeout. Reese Burbridge on the hook for the win. If Thompson can finish this one off, 4 innings of work, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. Third time through the lineup for the Bishop Ryan Lions. Merck, Brady Feller, and Bennett Warren here. 1, 2, and 3. And Carson Merck has 2 base hits so far today as he sees this one missing low. Now it's 1-0. Contest to start at 4:24, so we're getting an hour and 15 into this one. As that'll miss for a ball, actually more like an hour and 25, if you will. Here's the pitch in there for a strike. As the righty-righty matchup here to the senior shortstop. That'll miss low. So it's going to be 3-1 on the way here to Carson Merck. That's in there for strike number 2. And right now the Bishop Ryan Lions are down to their final 6 outs with a 3-2 pitch. That'll miss for a ball. And Carson Merck is on for his 3rd time as a leadoff batter. He has been perfect today so far here for the Bishop Ryan Lions. First state tournament for Bishop Ryan since 2021, and then made it in 17 and 13. As runner at first base again here for Bishop Ryan in the 6th inning. As Brady Feller, runner's going to go. Here's the throwdown on the way. One hops the shortstop to Schumacher here with Berberich, and getting in safely is Carson Merck. Second stolen base for Merck here, as this will be 0-1 the count to Brady Feller, who's 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts. So for Bishop Ryan right now, looking to put some runs across the board, put a goose egg up in the 6th as we have a time. And then from there, just see what happens if you can cut this lead in half going to the 7th. If you're Thompson, give up a run or 2, but don't want to really give any life to a Bishop Ryan team that has been struggling to get consistent hits so far through this Thompson pitching staff. As that'll miss low, now 1-1. Well, there's a time in the lineup to do something for Bishop Ryan. It's right now top of the order. 1 ball, 1 strike, and Zonenbach looks back the runner at second. That'll miss low, now 2-1. 2-1 on the way. Stay tuned to our post-game show. Once we get there, we'll get to our RDK Enterprise Feature Precision play of the contest. We'll try our best to hear from a particular member of the winning team and more. That's all coming up on our post-game show. The 2-1. That'll miss. Now 3-1. So again, stay tuned for that. In between games, as will be a little bit of a modified post-game, as we'll also get ready for the Squirrels and the Bearcats coming up later tonight from Corbett Field. 3-1 pitch is going to be hit on the ground, and that's through into short left field. As Muse will return the ball in to the cutoff man, and now runners will be at the corners with nobody out. So a single on the way for Brady Feller here as Carson Merck stands at third base. Feller stands at first, and right now Bishop Ryan looking to get their first run across in the top of the 6th inning with Bennett Warren. Warren 0 for 2 today with a couple of grounders, both times to Schumacher at short. Only the runner on at first is Tice. Keeping the runner close at third is Wolfgram. As Odenbach looks back the runner. First pitch swinging. That's going to be backhanded by the third baseman, Wolfgram. Get one at second. The relay in time, and they come home, but coming in to score will be Carson Merck. But what a play by Wolfgram at third base. Barehanded it, threw a rope over to second, and then able to get it to Tice for the double play. As that is going to be Bennett Warren hitting into a 5-4-3 double play. Coming in to score is going to be Colton Fellers. This one's a grounder to Tice at first. Gives it to Odenbach covering to retire the side. And the Bishop Ryan Lions here in the inning. 1 run off of 1 hit. There was no errors and nobody left on base. 5.5 complete from Corbett Field on our Irie Insurance scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the Thompson Tommies up 7-1.
Your family Farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Bottom of the sixth inning we go. Thompson leads it 7-1. Coming in to score after that, a double play variety. Coming in to score was Carson Merck after a walk and a stolen base. A single by Feller. Come to first and third, but a Bennett Warren double play and then a 3-1 putout of Drew Zwack to retire the side and the Bishop Ryan Lions. As right now, for the Thompson Tommies, Drew Odenbach will be coming to hit for William Welke here. So Odenbach again will be coming on to hit. And then from there it's Brody Gibson and Drew Overby. Middle part of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 batters for Coach Solis and the Thompson Tommies. As for the Bishop Ryan Lions right now, you have Sheen coming on to pitch. So Sheen is on. Jet Lundy goes 5 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs. They were not all earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So Schwann, as we'll have a couple of new players out in the outfield here for the Thompson, for the Bishop Ryan Lions as well. As in right field now for Bishop Ryan's going to be Parker Byer. So Byer will be now in right field here as Sheen is on the mound. This one is going to miss with Odenbach. First opportunity here for Odenbach again to bat here today for the Thompson Tommies. Drew Zwack still behind home plate. The 1-0 pitch upcoming here to Odenbach. That'll go all the way to the backstop now, 2-0. So Sheen will go from left field to pitcher here as Bishop Ryan will take a look across the infield. At third base is going to be Colton Feller now as he will come in and play third. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way. That'll be in there for a strike at 2-1. See the shortstop now for the Bishop Ryan Lions. As the 2-1 pitch upcoming. It's going to be hit in the air. That's going to be up and down for a base knock into left. Rounding first and be Odenbach as he is on with a leadoff single here for the Thompson Tommies. So Odenbach gets a base knock. He'll be courtesy run for here. Here for Thompson. As for the Thompson Tommies, Stump will come on here to courtesy run. As now Brody Gibson steps up to the plate here for Thompson. Brody so far today with a run driven in, a single and a walk. Stump takes his lead off of first. The pitch. This will miss out of the zone. Now it's 1-0. So right now for the Bishop Ryan Lions and the Thompson Tommies late in this game, bottom of the 6th inning. Still one more inning to go in high school baseball. 7 innings is a complete game. Here's the 1-0 offering on the way by the righty and Sheen. That'll miss. Now it's 2-0. As you have Beyer out and right and Sheen again on the mound. The 2-0 offering upcoming to Brody Gibson now in a hitter's count. I'll be in the dirt, blocked by Zweck. Now it's 3-0. Thompson 1 run in the first, 2 runs in the second, and 4 runs in the fourth so far. Here's the 3-0 pitch on the way. That one will miss, and it'll be a 4-pitch walk. So Stump will go to second base. Brody Gibson stands at first. And now it's Drew Overby at the plate here for Thompson. Coonrod still at second base here for Bishop Ryan. As you have Drew Overby at the plate with a single today as 1 of 3 with a pair of grounders. Looking to bunt up the third base line. Nice looking bunt. Trying to barehand this one is Sheen across. And not going to be in time. It's a infield bunt on the way. Good looking play there by Overby for a second base knock. And now you'll have runners wild across here for the Thompson Tommies. So Thompson with bases loaded and the game-ending run stands at the plate by the name of Jonathan Muse. If the 3 runs in front of him come in to score and Muse comes in to score, the game would be over in 6 via the mercy rule. Muse 0 for 2 today with a walk and a pair of strikeouts. First pitch swinging, foul back. Now it's going to be 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, and then you get to Sean O'Hearn. Tyson back to the top of the lineup here for Thompson. As the Tommies looking to make another deep run into the state baseball tournament as they did so last season. Infield playing in the 0-1. That'll miss for a ball. Now it's 1-1. So far today, Reese Berberich has put his name in the hat for a player of the game. 3 runs, 3 hits. 4 innings of work with 5 strikeouts and no runs across in his 4 innings of work. Good block by Zweck in the catcher spot. Now it's 2-1 upcoming here to the number 7 batter for the Thompson Tommies. As right now the righty Sheen looks back the runner at third. Good lead by the runner at second and Gibson, the 2-1. On in, and that'll get off the catcher's glove. Coming to score from third base will be Welke on the pass ball. It's now 8-1 Thompson. As everybody moves up 90 feet as Stump will come in and score. Gibson goes to third, Overby to second. It's now 3-1 on the way, and Bishop Ryan will continue to play the infield in. Hitters count for Jonathan Muse, the sophomore left fielder. Sheen looks back to runners. The pitch. That'll miss, and a walk. So Muse will take the walk. That'll be his second of the contest, and the second one by Sheen at the plate as he's given up a run so far with 2 hits, 2 walks, and has nobody out yet as Sean O'Hearn steps up 0 for 3 today. But now the game-ending run is at first base here for the Thompson Tommies. Runner at third and Gibson, Overby at second with Muse at first. Infield continues to play in here for Bishop Ryan as Sheen right now looking to work ahead of a Thompson batter. And this one's going to get by the catcher's whack all the way to the backstop again. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Gibson comes in to score the second run of the inning so far. And then Overby goes to third and Muse scampers his way to second base. So it's 9-1 now. Thompson on our Irie Insurance. Scoreboard off a couple of pass balls and a wild pitch. This one swung on and missed. Breaking ball to O'Hearn. Now it's 1-1. Thompson, this is what they've just been able to do in recent years. Muster good at bats together. find ways to score in different facilities, particularly this year. Maybe manufacturing some more runs than what they did a season ago en route to their state championship at Newman Outdoor Field. For the Thompson Tommies right now, 2 balls, 1 strike, and one that gets put in the outfield could end this contest. 2-1 pitch to O'Hearn. Going to be fouled. Now it'll be 2-2. North Star and Central Cass coming up next. So far, on the baseball side, it's been all chalk. The 2 seed, the 3 seed, and so far the 1 seed leading 9-1 as the 2 and 3 advance to the semifinals earlier this afternoon. The 2-2, that'll be out of the zone. Zweck's able to see this one, at least keeping him in front of it. Now it works to count full at 3-2. On the softball side, down with the number 2 seed, Kinder Richland, the 3 was able to advance, and number 1 seed Beulah got everything they could handle and more against Lax Burlington, coming back with a 6-5 win for Beulah over DLB on the softball side. Here's the 3-2 pitch to O'Hearn. It's going to be hit in the air. That's to center field. Brady Feller is there. Runners look to move up. The lead runner is going to come in. It's a sacrifice fly here for Thompson, and they'll make it 10-1. 1 down here in the 6th, so sacrifice fly for O'Hearn as he will get the run driven in. Coming to score will be Overby, his first run of the contest, and Muse stays at second base as Tice will dig in now for the Thompson Tommies. And it goes back to the top of the lineup with Reese Burbridge. The 3-2 pitch upcoming here to Tice. That'll miss. Now it's going to be 1-0. Brennan Tice, pair of singles. And then a grounder his last time up in the 5th. 2 runs scored here for the number 9 veteran. A good table sitter for Coach Nate Solis and the Tommies. 1-0 offering on the way from Sheen in their 4th strike. Now it's 1-1. Batter number 6 of the inning so far here for Thompson. 1 ball, 1 strike with the game-ending run standing in scoring position at second base. Swung on and missed. Now it's 1-2. If Bishop Ryan can get to the top of the 7th, they cannot allow the runner at second and Jonathan Muse to come in to score. Anytime you get to a tournament, too, if you have to get 3 last outs, that definitely saves on arms and pitches as you just work your way through a tournament like this. The 1-2 pitch out of the zone, now 2-2. So if you're the Thompson Tommies looking to plate this final run across, then don't have to worry about maybe using 1 extra arm or having Odenbach go out there and throw an extra 10, 15, or 20 pitches potentially in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way from Sheen. This going to be hit in the air, a little jam shot to the third baseman. And that'll be a pop out and out number 2. So second out now, and Reese Burbridge will dig in here for the Thompson Tommies. Now behind the plate here for Thompson after being on the mound. All that Burbridge has done today, a walk, single, double, and triple. 3 runs scored, but he has yet to drive in or run in as a leadoff batter and can do so with that runner at second and Muse. Pitch upcoming in their 4th strike. As now 0-1. Batter number 7 of the inning here for Thompson. And Brandon Wolfgram is due up next for the junior catcher. The 0-1 pitch on the way from Sheen in the dirt, as that'll be now 1-1. On that 1 run by Bishop Ryan, proving to keep this game alive earlier back in the top of the 6th after Thompson was able to come back with 3 runs so far here in the bottom of the 6th inning, but they need 4 to finish the game off here in 6. The 1-1 pitch upcoming. That's going to be all the way to the backstop, going to third base. Now will be Muse. And Thompson has the game-ending run now, standing at third base with a 2-1 count upcoming here to Reese Burbridge. Always good to have players like this in your lineup who have been there, done that before, whether it's been region tournaments and state tournaments as well. And Burbridge, part of 3 seniors here in the starting lineup for Coach Solis. The 2-1 pitch on the way from Sheen. That'll be out of the zone, now 3-1. After Reese, it'll be Wolfgram. Reese so far today with 1 walk. Has a chance to make it 2, or looking to drive in that run from third base again in Muse. We'll see what Sheen gives him here on a 3-1 pitch. I'll have a time by the hitter at the plate. As this game is getting closer to about an hour 45. And past that old here on yourliveevent.com. 3-1 pitch to Berberich. Going to be hit, and that one is going to die in front of the left fielder, and that'll do it. The Thompson Tommies get 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they drive the base knock in from Berberich, who gets his 4th hit of the game. He gets the run driven in, and Thompson wins this game by a final of 11-1 on our Irie Insurance scoreboard. So the Thompson Tommies in 6, able to finish this game off in a contest that started at 4:24 and ends at 6:08. For Bishop Ryan, 1 run off of 4 hits. They committed 3 errors in Bishop Ryan, and this one left 3 runners on base. For the Thompson Tommies, 11 hits come across in this inning. They were able to get 3 singles, 13 hits across with 1 error, and Thompson in this one left 9 runners on base. Winning pitcher of record is going to be Reese Berberich. Losing pitcher of record is Jet Lundeen. We're back after this on our post-game show here on yourliveevent.com.
We all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, Broadband Voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Let's get to our RDK Enterprises feature precision player of the game in this one. It's no surprise. It's the senior, Reese Berberich. On the mound, goes 4 innings of work, 3 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts. He picks up the win. And at the plate, Berberich was able to go 4 of 4 with 2 singles, a double, a triple, a walk, and 3 runs scored. Reese Berberich is our RDK Enterprises feature precision player of the game. RDK Enterprises with locations in Hillsborough and Drayton for precision planting updates, information, questions, and more. Contact the fine folks at RDK Enterprises in Hillsborough and Drayton or visit planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. And RDK Enterprises is here to help you and have a good summer as well. Take a look at some of the final line scores in this one. As we mentioned, Berberich goes 4 of 4 with 3 runs scored and a run driven in. Brendan Wolfgram at the plate here today, 1 of 4 with a run scored and 2 runs driven in. That 2 RBI single back in the 2nd inning with 2 outs. Thomas Schumacher in this one goes 1 of 4 with a run scored and a run driven in. William Welke goes 1 of 3. He was able to have an RBI, and then the run scored comes with Stump after Odenbach was able to get a base knock. Brody Gibson at the plate goes 1 of 2 today with 2 walks and a run driven in. You had Drew Overby in this one, 2 of 4 with a single, a run scored, and a stolen base. 2 singles in this one. Jonathan Muse 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Sean O'Hearn 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly, and Braden Tice in this one. He goes 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 hits for Braden Tice. Bishop Ryan, Carson Merck, 2 of 2 at the plate with 2 stolen bases and a walk. Brady Feller with a single, and he goes 1 of 3. Brent Warren 0 for 3. Drew Zwack 0 for 3. Lundeen goes 0 for 2. Walls 0 for 2 Feller goes 0 for 1 with the hit by pitch. Then caught stealing. Max Sheen goes 1 of 2 with a single. And Tegan Coonrod goes 0 for 2 today here for the Bishop Ryan Lions. Bishop Ryan drops to 19-5 here on the season, while for the Bishop Ryan Lions dropped to 19-6, here on the season, while for the Thompson Tommies, they improve to 20-3 on the year, and they await their opponent of our next game between the Central Cass Squirrels and the North Star Bearcats. That game will get roughly underway at around 6:40 or so here in Minot. We're going to take a quick break. We'll put a bow on this one next. The final in 6, Thompson 11-1 over Bishop Ryan on your liveevent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, Swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. They're open Saturdays 10 to 5. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Did you know that there are several different types of crop hail insurance policies? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. We at Irie Insurance want to help you select a hail policy that will best protect your crops and bottom line from a hailstorm. Give us a call today to schedule a time to meet with an Irie Insurance agent. For our contact information, go to our website at irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
Well, let's recap what happened earlier in the day on the baseball and softball sides here. On the baseball side, a 6-0 win for Langdon area Enmore Munich over Des Lacs Burlington. And Lamore Litchfield-Marion with a 2-0 win over Shiloh Christian. So first of the consolation semifinals will be tomorrow morning, and that game will be at 11:30 between DLB and alongside the Shiloh Christian Skyhawks, while Lamore Litchfield-Marion goes up against the Langdon area Enmore Munich Cardinals at 4:30 in the first of 2 semis. Bishop Ryan will play in the consolation, and then the Thompson Tommies will play roughly at around 6:30, 7 o'clock tomorrow in semifinal number 2. Join us now, Reese Berberich here for the senior pitcher. Reese, congratulations first and foremost on the win. What was it like out there getting back to a state tournament, able to get things going in the first inning with that run scored here for you at that nice hit that you had, obviously, to get things going with that double?
It felt good. It really set the tone to the game that we were going to have.
And for you on the mound, what were you just trying to do against this Bishop Ryan lineup with yourself and your battering rate, again, with Wolfgram behind the plate to go 4 innings, 5 strikeouts, 3 hits, no runs and no walks? What were you feeling out on the mound here, Berberich?
I was just trying to pound zone, not let up any walks, and keep them off balance while I'm throwing.
And for you guys, again, a new team throughout the season, some players in different roles from maybe what last year's was, but how much of the experience of what you were able to do last year and the years prior, playing at a state tournament, how much do you lean on that once you get to this time of the year, the first weekend in June, Reese?
It really helps a lot. Like, most of these guys, they didn't play in the state tournament last year, but they were on the team, so they got to witness that experience. And as a team, we've just grown. None of these guys have really played together, on a team. But now that we've got probably 22 games in, and we're starting to grow as a team and really coming together.
And the cool thing about it, too, back in the first, you get the double, then 2 guys get out. Here comes William Welke for that single to left field with 2 outs, and all of a sudden in the second, same thing, a 2 RBI base knock for Braden Wolfgram into right. 2-out hitting. How fun is that for you, whether you're the pitcher or you're someone base running or in the dugout, to see those 2 outs and just continue the line going a little bit here, Reese?
Oh, 2-out hitting's awesome. It's crucial in games like these to have that 2-out hitting to keep it going, and you just got to pass the bat along and keep it going. Final
thing for you, Reese, before we let you go, just your early thoughts. You got to wait to see who you're going to play, but you've had the experience against both North Star and Central Cass. Just what's it going to take tomorrow to try to get back to a championship game?
Same thing. We just got to pound zone, make minimal errors, if not any, and just got to put the ball in play, see what they can do.
Reese, congratulations on the win. Enjoy the next 24 hours, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
That again, Reese Berberich here on yourliveevent.com, part of our post-game show conversation here as the Thompson Tommies are moving on with a 11-1 win over the Bishop Ryan Lions. We're going to take a break. When we come back after this, in about 15 minutes or so here from Corbett Field, will get you set for Central Cass and alongside the North Star Bearcats. That's all coming up on yourliveevent.com.